Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. I just finished reading Doomsday Clock issue 1. It's part of a 12-part maxi series from 2018. And I know I'm a few months behind on getting this, but lazy and I wasn't really getting back into comics when it came out. But since I acquired this big collection, I decided to pick up some new books, and this one made the cut because I was a big Watchmen fan years and years ago. And honestly, so far this one's pretty impressive. First issue was shockingly really good. It starts out with a sort of riot going on. There's total social breakdown from the look of it. America is about to go to war with Russia because the EU collapsed and Russia just invaded Poland apparently. So somebody won re-election, which I don't know in this universe who is president, but it's an interesting take on picking up where Watchmen left off. And we start off with Rorschach busting two criminals out of jail, Marionette and Mime. This guy talks similar to Rorschach, but he's not the original Rorschach. If you read Watchmen, you'll know why. If not, I highly suggest you go read Watchmen. I'm going to try and avoid spoilers for it, because I know a lot of younger people have not read Watchmen. I don't know how, but they haven't. If you're a comics fan, you really should read Watchmen. It's a pivotal book from a pivotal period. It's when comic books became more adult. They were kind of on the cusp of that in the 70s and 80s, but they really didn't hit the adult audience until things like Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns. They were starting to grow up into a more mature audience. So this really does follow that. It is very much a mature themed book, so this is not for younger readers for sure. There is some serious violence in it. So Rorschach busts these two out of prison and takes them to a secret lair, and they threaten him all along the way. But then we see Ozymandias, and he seems a little intimidated by Rorschach, but we don't really know who Rorschach is. I think we're going to find out that he is somebody we already know, either through DC or some other book. But Ozymandias is sick. He needs to find Dr. Manhattan. And we cut over to the DCU, where we learn that Clark Kent's parents were killed in a car accident, and he's having a nightmare about it. Now, I don't know, since I've been out of the comics game for a fairly long time, I don't know if they retconned this, but that's not how his parents died in what I know of the DC history. But since Rebirth happened, they probably changed that. But I know Jonathan had a heart attack and died that way in the field. During the Death of Superman storyline, he had a heart attack, and I think he died right around that time or shortly thereafter, after the return of Superman. I don't know if this is now continuity or if this takes place in an alternate DC universe, which I suspect that it is, based on what little I've seen of that in this book and in the promotional art for books 2 and 3. I suspect it's an alternate DC universe because the book Watchmen, or the Watchmen section of this book, took place in 92. So either there's two different timelines and there are different stages, like one in the modern era and one in 1992, and they cross over, or this takes place in a DC universe of 1982. Regardless, I don't really care. I don't think it matters for the story. So far, this book was amazing fun. It had the same kind of feel as Watchmen, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely one of the best books I've read in a really long time. It definitely ranks up there. This was an amazing follow-up. You know, it's not Alan Moore, but it's definitely a solid read. And I had a lot of fun reading it, and I was real surprised to see that it turned out this good. I thought it was going to be garbage, quite honestly. I believe this was written by Jeff Johns, but I didn't see a name in here. I was busy actually enjoying the story. And quite honestly, it was worth the $5 cover price. And I'm going to go pick up book 2 and 3. They're out now. I think they're going to go bi-monthly with it, so it may take a while to wrap up. But I'm super excited to read the next book. So hopefully I'll have that review up for book 2 up within a week, hopefully a little less. If I can, I'll have it up by the weekend, but I probably won't have it up till Sunday or Monday. So I'll let you know what I think of the others, and as always, thank you so much for listening, and please like, share, and subscribe, and go out and buy this book, because it was amazing. Go out and support your local comic shop. Let the companies know on Twitter or other social media when you find a book that you enjoy, because they need to know what kind of books you like, because there's a lot of garbage out there right now. But enough lecturing, get out there and buy this book. Thanks for listening.